Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sean, and today we're diving into the energy of the full moon in Capricorn on the 29th of June. This full moon peaks at 8 degrees of Capricorn, and like all full moons, it's all about a spotlight, results, and the successful ending of a cycle. But I'm going to be honest with you, this isn't one of those light, dreamy moons. This one is real, grounded, and a little bit demanding. You'll feel this full moon most strongly if you have placements around 7 to 9 degrees of the cardinal signs, Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, or Libra. If your chart includes placements in Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, or Pisces, this is a very lucky full moon for you. So if you're familiar with your birth chart, keep those degrees in mind. And if you're not, it's definitely worth looking it up using your date, time, and place of birth. It really helps you understand how this full moon is showing up for you personally. The full moon in Capricorn is all about themes like responsibility, structure, discipline, and long-term goals. This is a very grounded, reality-focused energy that pushes you to take your life seriously and look at what you're building over time. So the big question this full moon is asking is the work you've been putting in actually working? Because full moons bring results. They reveal what's been growing beneath the surface, especially since the Capricorn new moon earlier in the year. And now, this is the moment where you start to see the outcome of all that effort. Now, this full moon is strongly connected to Saturn, since it rules Capricorn. The Saturn influence here brings in a strong reality check energy, but in a way that can actually support your long-term growth. This full moon is ruled by Saturn, and while Saturn may be a bit challenged right now, it's still working to help you build something solid and meaningful. You might notice that progress feels slower, or that the results don't yet fully reflect the effort you've put in, but this doesn't mean you're off track. In fact, it's more like a moment of refinement and strengthening. If you find yourself thinking, "I've worked so hard, why am I not there yet?" Just know that this is part of the process. Saturn is helping you align your efforts with real, lasting success, even if it requires a little more patience. Now we also have a retrograde happening at the same time. The Mercury Retrograde influence adds another layer to this full moon, inviting you to slow down and reflect rather than push forward. With Mercury Retrograde in Cancer, the focus shifts toward revisiting the past, reconnecting with your emotions, and rethinking your current approach. This isn't about forcing outcomes, it's about asking yourself, what needs adjusting or refining? Because during this kind of energy, growth doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing things more consciously and differently. It's actually a powerful opportunity to realign your strategy in a way that feels more intuitive and sustainable. Okay, so I've gone on enough. Let's look at each sign. Hi Aries. This full moon is activating your 10th house, which is all about career, reputation, and long-term achievements. I feel like the Capricorn energy here adds a layer of seriousness and pressure, but also real potential for recognition. Saturn asks you to look out for burnout, or feeling like everything is on your shoulders. With a bit of patience, discipline, and structure, this can actually be a powerful moment to step into leadership and own your progress. Hi Taurus, this full moon is lighting up your 9th house, which is all about growth, beliefs, learning, and new horizons. I think the Capricorn influence adds a grounded, practical approach to your expansion. This isn't dreaming, it's building your future vision. Saturn asks you to look out for limiting beliefs or fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. With a bit of patience and steady effort, this can be a really rewarding time for growth and long-term direction. Hi Gemini, this full moon is activating your 8th house, which is all about shared resources, transformation, and emotional depth. I feel like Capricorn energy here brings a need for emotional maturity and clear boundaries. Saturn asks you to look out for control issues or feeling weighed down by obligations. With a bit of discipline and honesty, this can actually be a powerful time for healing, empowerment, and getting your finances or energy exchange in order. Hi Cancer, this full moon is happening in your 7th house, which is all about relationships and partnerships. I feel like Capricorn energy adds a serious tone here. This is about commitment, accountability, and real-world dynamics. Saturn asks you to look out for emotional distance or relationship pressure. With patience and open communication, this can be a beautiful time to strengthen bonds or gain clarity about where you truly stand with others. Hi Leo, this full moon is activating your 6th house, which is all about routines, health, and day-to-day responsibilities. I think Capricorn energy here is pushing you to get organized and take things seriously. Saturn asks you to look out for overworking or being too hard on yourself. With a bit of structure and consistency, this can be a great time to build healthier habits and improve your daily life in a sustainable way. Hi Virgo, this full moon is lighting up your 5th house, which is all about creativity, joy, romance, and self-expression. I feel like Capricorn adds a slightly more focused, intentional vibe to your fun. You're creating something meaningful here. Saturn asks you to look out for self-doubt or holding yourself back creatively. With patience and confidence in your craft, this can be a beautiful time to bring something you love into form. Hi Libra, this full moon is activating your 4th house, which is all about home, family, and your emotional foundation. I think Capricorn energy here adds a sense of responsibility and structure around your personal life. Saturn asks you to look out for emotional walls or pressure within your home environment. With a bit of grounding and care, this can be a powerful time to create stability and build a stronger inner foundation. Hi Scorpio, this full moon is lighting up your 3rd house, which is all about communication, learning, and your mindset. I feel like Capricorn brings clarity and focus to how you express yourself, helping you get more intentional with your words. Saturn asks you to look out for negative thinking or feeling blocked when it comes to speaking up. And with Mercury going retrograde, this is a powerful time to revisit conversations, rethink your perspective, and reflect on how you communicate. You may find that going back and adjusting how you say things actually strengthens your message. With patience and thoughtful communication, this can be a great time to get serious about your ideas and share them in a more grounded, impactful way. Hi Sagittarius, this full moon is activating your 2nd house, which is all about money, values, and self-worth. I think Capricorn energy here is asking you to get real about your resources and what you truly value. Saturn asks you to look out for scarcity thinking or financial pressure. With discipline and smart planning, this can actually be a really strong moment for building long-term financial stability. Hi Capricorn, this full moon is happening in your 1st house, which is all about you, your identity, your direction, your personal path. I feel like this is a powerful moment of self-awareness and visibility. Saturn asks you to look out for being too hard on yourself or carrying too much responsibility. With patience and self-compassion, this can be a beautiful reset where you step into a stronger, more aligned version of yourself. Hi Aquarius, this full moon is activating your 12th house, which is all about rest, reflection, and subconscious patterns. I think Capricorn energy here brings a need for quiet discipline and inner work. Saturn asks you to look out for overthinking or emotional withdrawal. With gentleness and reflection, this can be a powerful time for healing, releasing, and preparing for a new chapter. Hi Pisces, this full moon is lighting up your 11th house, which is all about friendships, community, and future goals. I feel like Capricorn energy adds structure to your dreams. You're thinking long-term now. Saturn asks you to look out for feeling disconnected or unsupported. With patience and intention, this can be a really rewarding time to build meaningful connections and align yourself with the right people and goals.